All right, I think it's a good time to start. First, maybe I'll present myself. My name is Dani Porat, Professor Dani Porat. I'm in the Institute of Chemistry, and currently I'm the Vice Dean for International Affairs at the Faculty of Science, and assisting and managing the international affairs at the faculty is Mrs. Lital Myers, who's appearing here. And we're supported also today by Jonathan Plotkin, who's in here, and can support and assist with technical issues about the registration. Presenting myself, I'm a scientist. I studied for first degree at the Hebrew University. I studied mathematics, physics, and electronics. I continued for a postdoc at Delft in the Netherlands, measured charge transport in DNA, and then came back and started my group at the Institute of Chemistry at the Faculty of Science. And along the way, I was the director of the Center for Nanoscience and Nanotechnology. And later I was Vice Dean for Research and Development at the faculty. And in the last year, I was the Vice Dean for International Affairs. So let me share the screen and present the faculty. Please let me know if you can see what the presentation. Does it work? Any feedback? Do you see the presentation right now? Great. Okay, so as you can see here in Jerusalem, you got already some introduction to Jerusalem, but it's really a fascinating city with multi-cultures of different Jewish, Arab, and international communities, and certainly an important center for tourism and for staying in Israel. And the faculty, the campus is nearly quite close to the center of the city, the campus in Givat Ram, not far from the governmental studies. It's a very beautiful campus, one of the most beautiful in Israel, in my view, the most beautiful one. And you can see here an aerial view of the campus. And some photos where you can see the greenery. So it's really nice to be around. In the faculty, we have 6 departments, or what we call institutes. Mathematics, and one of the leading institutes of mathematics in the world. Physics, applied physics, chemistry, life sciences, and earth sciences. Within the campus, we also have the Faculty of Computer Science, and we have Computer Science, and we have several centers. For example, the Center for Nanoscience and Nanotechnology, the Quantum Computing Center, the Brain Center, and more. And the university is leading and pursuing excellence in science and in mathematics in this beautiful campus in Jerusalem. We have a master programs, and these programs combine scientific research and coursework. And generally, the expected duration of a master program is 2 years, but in many cases, there is a direct transfer after 1 year to a PhD program. Within this program, we require completion of 32 to 35 course credits. Each credit is 1 hour per week along 1 semester, which is typically 13 to 14 weeks. About quarter of the courses, this is changing from institute to institute. For example, in physics, they're more mandatory. In the chemistry, they're more elective. But about quarter in general are mandatory, and the rest are elective courses and so on. The graduate courses are given in English, or generally they're given in English if at least there's one person in the class who is not a native Hebrew speakers. In mathematics, they are changing it now, so those who are interested in mathematics should check that specifically, but there are arrangements for that as well. And additional issues is, as I said, it's the master program is a combination of studies, courses, and research. So in some departments, you need to find an advisor prior to arrival and starting of the masters, for example, in chemistry. And in others, you have to find an advisor after 1 year of studies, for example, in physics. Students that are with above 85 in the or certain threshold, depending on the topic, in the first year, courses can join the direct track PhD. So instead of writing a thesis, you have to propose a research proposal, and then you continue for a PhD. And after another year, with the recommendation of the supervisor, you can get also the master approval, but you continue, of course, your PhD program until completion of the degree within 3 to 5 years, generally, depending on the specific track. In addition, in the master, we have special tracks with some specific requirements, for example, nanoscience and quantum technology and information. And more data is available, of course, on the websites of these centers. And in the faculty website, you can also find direction to these courses. There are scholarships that are available for the students, and this is based on excellence. And you can find the information both in the website and also by contacting our Mrs. Lital Myers in the faculty. The PhD program. In the PhD program, the duration is depending on between 3, 4 to 5 years, with possible exceptions. A small number of credits is required in the PhD, 12 credits all along all the years. So really, the main activity is the research itself, and the time is devoted to that in the laboratories and of the different researchers. Towards the end of the degree, every PhD student is required to write a thesis, and this thesis will be reviewed by external referees and by the supervisor, of course, and then approved. So students that enroll in directly to the PhD, those who already have a master or asking to start a PhD directly, they have to find an advisor prior to the acceptance. And of course, we in the international unit in the faculty, we can help. And of course, in the specific schools. You can apply directly to the heads of the school and ask for support in finding a supervisor. But generally, the advice would be to go into the list of the faculty and the research in each one of the websites of the specific institutes, look for the PIs, the principal investigators, and find those that seem to you interesting or that you can got a recommendation for. And you can then contact them directly and ask them about that. There are scholarships, again, available for PhD students. Some of the scholarships are just based on excellence. Other are to specific groups in the society coming from different places and so on. Again, the list can be found by contacting Lital and on the websites. So if you have, I'll immediately switch to questions, but if you want to contact us, you can also find our details on the website of the faculty. myself and Mrs. Lital Myers. You have here our emails, and of course, everything you can find in the website of the faculty. So that's a good time to switch to questions. Yes, so please, you're welcome to ask for questions on any of these topics, please.
Hi, can I ask a question?
Sure, it would be great if I could see you on the camera, but as you prefer.
Yes, here I am. So
and
I'm a high school
I mean, everybody is welcome to open their cameras, and it would be nice to see faces instead of sticking to the black boxes of the Zoom. So please go ahead. Yes, Ahmed.
So I'm a high school student. I didn't even graduate, but I'm interested in the mathematics program. I was wondering if you could answer me if I can get accepted to this program without getting a psychometry degree or grade based on my on data bagruchili.
Yes, it is. There are possibilities in the different. It depends on the specific school, but some of the schools do accept students based on the graduation degree, if it is really exceptional. So you have to look in the website of the acceptance of the university, and then you can put your grades in, and you can get and answer what are the requirements for specifically to be accepted. Yes, okay, please, more questions. As you can see in the chat, you have also some information from Jonathan, who's with all the data on how to contact him and get more email if you have questions later on. Yes, please. We're open to questions.
Okay, I raised my hand. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
Good be
this is Ezekiel. I'm speaking from Moscow in Russia. Okay, so I'm currently doing my master's in medical biotechnology, and my bachelor's I read microbiology. So I have not finished. I'll be graduating in the next few months, probably by June, at most July. So I want to know, is there a possibility for me to get admission this fall for PhD in bioengineering? Will that be accepted? At least I have my transcripts for the past 2 semesters that I can submit for assessment. So what about that? Is it possible to be considered for admission?
You can apply for a PhD anytime during the year and start. There will be a specific committee that will evaluate your previous credits and see that you can apply. Specifically, the course, the bioengineering, there's no specific department. There are a few groups, both in the Faculty of Computer Science that work on, and in biology that work on bioengineering, but also in the other schools in chemistry, there are specific PIs that are not officially called for bioengineering, but their topics of research are bioengineering. So I would recommend to go over the websites of the PIs and find those that you believe are interesting for you, and then contact them, and in parallel contact Jonathan to know how to promote the administrative issues. Yes, Aja, I can see.
Hi, yes, Aya indeed.
Aya.
It happens to be a Jewish name, as I'm of part Jewish heritage. I'm from Albania, I'm talking from Albania. Nice to meet you. I'm glad that I find you well. I'm looking forward for the Department of Physics. I have a bachelor degree in applied or mathematics engineering and a Master of Science in medical physics, profile, radiotherapy, and radiosurgery. Now, the thing is that my bachelor degree results are not so, I just enrolled it to improve my math skills or to enhance them, but the results are very sufficient. In the meantime, that my master degree results are outstanding, 9 out of 10, pretty much a high GPA. So I was looking forward, I'm a bit doubting whether to go for a PhD program or for another master, because I want to improve my physics as well, not limiting it to only medical. So what did you suggest to me?
Well, I would suggest to contact the head of the School of Physics and consult with them. I think that would be the most important advice they can give you, because they know specifically the current courses and so on. From my experience as someone who did a first degree, second degree, and third degree I did my first degree, as I said, in physics, mathematics, and electronics, and then I did master in physics and also PhD in physics. So I would say that it would be a good start to do the courses of the master, because that would give you a strong base for continuation. But anyway, I think that it has to be a specific, to specifically look at the courses that you have taken, and maybe they will require just some courses and not others. So the head of the school can give you the best advice on this issue.
I see. Well,
and
I get
congratulations
one more
for the excellence in the master that you already have.
Thank you. Just one last question. Do you think that it will impact the admitting process, the results of bachelor opposing those of the master degree? Because it's the disnivel is really high, from satisfactory results to very outstanding ones. So I'm kind of
Again, I would give the same advice. You should contact the head of the school, and I guess the best would be to convince him that the first degree took you time to learn how to learn, and in the master you applied these lessons, and you could excel, and that's the basis. Generally, in many programs in the university, sometimes someone has not excellent grades in the high school, for example, and then they do a preliminary program. They call it mechina, preparatory courses, and they excel, and then you can go in, and so on and so forth. So this is happening in many cases, and I think, again, the best is to contact the head of the school, of the specific one that you want to study.
I see. Thank you so much.
Great. Yes, please. More questions.
Yes. Can I speak something?
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
I'm Dr. Shashi Bhushan from India.
Yes, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you very well.
Yeah.
You already have a PhD, so you want to apply for the postdoc?
I don't have a PhD. I'm a dentist. I'm a dentist here in India. So I'm looking for a course in biomedical engineering, or you can call it biomedical sciences. So am I eligible for that thing? For a course, I'm looking for a master's course in biomedical sciences. So am I eligible for that thing?
So biomedical, you have to identify specifically the courses that you're interested, and that could be either within the biology or in the computer science or even in the faculty of medicine. So it depends what specifically you want to pursue, and you can apply specifically to those courses and schools and consult with them. Or identify a specific PI that you're interested to working with, and then contact that PI directly.
Okay. Actually, I have a query. Actually, the thing is this. From somewhere I've come to know that there is a international program in which I can do internship in dentistry as well. Somebody has told me. Maybe his name is Deron Steenberg. told me that there is an international program in which I can study biomedical sciences along with internship in orthodontics. Is there any program like that?
So I didn't hear you very well. You were kind of disconnected. Can you?
Can I repeat?
Yeah, please.
Actually, I was in contact with the university, and there was a guy named Duron Steenberg from your university, and he told me that there is an international program in which I can study biomedical sciences along with orthodontics internship. So, can you guide something me about that?
So I think the best, in that case, the best would be to contact Doron Steinberg from a Faculty of Medicine, and I think he can help you to pursue that further.
Can I contact him right now? Can you guide me?
You can. He's in the break room of the Faculty of Medicine.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe I can try. Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, please. More questions? You're welcome.
Hi, I'm interested in masters in physics, specifically the track of quantum. I see that there's like two tracks, maybe the applied physics and the physics only quantum. Do I have to apply to one specifically, or can I? I'm not sure yet what to choose. So, how to?
Well, in the physics, the best is to register for the physics master program, and then within that program, you will be able to choose directly which specific track you want to pursue. And the most important is you can, if you identify in advance a supervisor, then you can consult with that supervisor also on what's the best track for you. Although the official requirement is to choose a supervisor in physics in the second year. But if you are coming to Israel to do that stuff, it would be useful to do it already in advance. And I would say generally in choosing specific topics, usually the most important is the supervisor and the other students in the group. That's more important always than the specific topic that you're going to choose. There are many, many interesting topics, and science is kind of rolling. And in science, you start with one question and you end up answering a different question, and so on. So most important is the environment that you're working with.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the advice.
More questions? Aya, I see you raising your hand again.
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead. I could see you if you could open it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my camera is faulty.
No problem.
I'm really sorry about it. I'm interested in a master degree in neurobiology. Is there any special track, or I just could apply to the life sciences?
You can apply to the life sciences, but also there is the Brain Center where they have a specific PhD program with specific requirements. So if you go to the website of the Brain Center, you can find also there, and you can contact them directly on this specific. And in parallel, you can also, now the website is appearing on the chat, and in parallel, you can contact also, sorry, the biology, and identify additional tracks and PIs that are working there.
I see.
I have to say, by the way, that there are also researchers in physics and in applied physics and in chemistry that do work on activities related to brain science, but it's not the classical.
Actually, I'm a biologist.
Yeah, so I would recommend the Brain Center and the biology, both of them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, please. More questions are welcome.
Yeah, can I ask?
Sure, go ahead.
I was wondering if there was an applied mathematics track, and if it was, what are the differences between the applied mathematics and the theoretical mathematics? What are the differences between the two tracks?
It's not a specific track in applied mathematics. There are PIs who work on that direction. So either you work on with a physicist or applied physicist with usually it's the theorist with inclination to the basic mathematics, or you can apply. So I would suggest to contact the heads of the schools, first of all, the School of Mathematics, and then you could try with the theorist in the other departments as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please, more questions are welcome. Yes, please. Other issues you would like to inquire?
Danny, maybe in the meantime, we can we can let Zoe speak and share some of her experience at the Hebrew University with us.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Zoe, for joining us and for speaking with us today. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm a PhD student here at the Hebrew University. I did my master's here in physics and computer science. Then I did my bachelor's degree here as well in physics. And I think that I would like to take the opportunity to express how welcoming I find the Hebrew University to be for foreigners. We've recently hosted two visiting students at our lab, and both of them fell in love in Israel. Seriously, both of them are planning to have another trip here and visit our lab. So maybe it's because our lab is amazing, but not only that, I think it's also the welcoming and nice environment we have around here. And it offers many opportunities to students coming from abroad. And I also will be really happy to take any questions regarding studying here, as I did all my degrees over here. So I'm kind of experienced in various faculties. So I know some of the details if you would like to ask more specific questions regarding the experience here, environment, etc. And I live in Jerusalem now forever. So also regarding the city, I'll be happy to share my experience. And also you can feel free, I'll post my email, and if anyone wants to approach me personally, then that's also okay.
Yes, please. Some more questions to Zoe and to us. I hope everything is clear and you're not that shy about asking questions. But at the same time, we would also recommend to browse in the websites that are in the chat, the websites of the Faculty of Science that I showed before, and the websites of the specific schools, all the 6 schools that I mentioned before, and also of the centers where you can find the specific topics, again, the Brain Center, the Nano Center, the Quantum Center, and so on.
Hi, I have one more question because I'm highly interested in the program and I'm looking forward. I'm thinking as I'm going to be admitted. I don't know, I feel this way. So I believe it's going to be through shortly. I want to ask you if there are any specific classes that I can take extra classes on the university for computational physics or for the programming specifically for physics. Are these available extra classes? Because I don't have much knowledge on that.
If you have available extra classes in programming, I'm not
So
sure.
there are computational physics. So there are a few computational physics courses that are offered now for graduate students by faculty members of the physics department. So there are a few tracks, a few specific courses really aimed at that.
Yes, because I believe it's something that is included in the bachelor degree of physics.
No, there are also advanced. There are bachelor's courses. You can take bachelor's courses as part of your graduate degree. That's first thing you can do here, but I'm not sure they'll be modified to English. So it depends. But there are also more advanced courses in the level of graduate studies that might suit your needs. So you would have to go through the curriculum and look on that, but there are at least 2 new courses that are added in recent years for computational physics.
And also in the chemistry, you have some computational courses that may be relevant for both.
Yep, and yeah.
I understand. Besides this, there's the as well material physics that I don't have much knowledge on that too. Just a simple subject that I had as supplementary on my master degree for medical physics. But material physics is my weakest, let's say, part of the whole physics. I know it's simple, it's quite simple, but I haven't gone through it too deep.
I would say that you're starting with the later stage. I think that most important is to identify the PI, the researcher with whom you want to work, and then consult with him which specific courses beyond those that are mandatory are recommended to take. For example, in my group, my students, I sit with them when they start the master and we see which direction they take. For example, in the chemistry, you have several directions: physical chemistry, organic chemistry, and so on. So I am in the physical chemistry. And then I would recommend, based on what is the topic they are going to do the research, which courses to take. In the physics, there are more mandatory courses. So those you will have to take anyway. And in addition to that, you can extend elective courses, normally from the physics, but sometimes even from other schools or other faculties. For example, in my PhD, because I worked with imaging, I took courses from computer science on data, on image processing and so on. So this is in consulting with the advisor of the master advisor in physics. So
I understand. I just wanted to clarify if I can actually join them like extra classes, not just taking the lit literature and studying on my own, because I know that I'm not going to succeed this way.
So the only problem would be that some of the undergraduate students are in Hebrew and it's not going to be probably modified. So there is no easy modification to English. So it will depend whether the courses are undergraduate or graduate. But as Danny stated, I think it will be best to first figure what your research spectrum is, and then along with your PI, you will figure out how to fill in the gaps on the subjects you need, if it's using official courses or other ways under his guidance.
I understand. Thank you so much for your explanation.
yes, we have something like 7-8 more minutes. So please, questions are very welcome. You can ask also about Israel and about the campus. and about the students and the atmosphere.
Question?
Good reference.
Yes,
May I ask a question?
of course.
Yeah, go ahead.
In applying to the master degree, do I have to choose the supervisor previously applying or after?
That depends on the topic that you're choosing. In some of them, and you have to look at the website of the school. In chemistry, for example, you have to choose in advance. And in physics, you have to choose towards the second year. But I would recommend if you come from abroad, it would be good to do it. If you can, contact one or more possible potential PIs even before arrival. But it's mandatory only for the second year. And in other schools, it's changing depending on the school, and you can find the data, the specific data on the websites.
Thank you.
Yes, more questions. Let me ask then, how many of you are interested? Maybe you can do it with the reactions, with raising hands. How many are interested in mathematics?
I am, but I don't know how to use the icon, the
Okay,
raising hand.
on the bottom, there is, when you move the mouse, there are reactions. And in the reaction, as I do now, you can see, you can choose the reaction and then you can vote. And how many are interested in physics? 1, 2, 3. How many in chemistry? Okay. How many in biology? Various biology directions? Let's see, 2. Earth sciences, anyone? All right, thanks a lot. We have a few more minutes, so it's an opportunity. If you have any questions about the dormitories, about the life in Jerusalem, about the COVID.
Are you going in lockdown now, or you're opening up?
We are open. I was personally in the last few days in personal lockdown because I had the COVID, the Omicron.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And now I'm out. So, but in Israel, if you get the COVID, then you need to be 5 days in isolation. And in the last 2 days, you have to be negative. And if not, then you have to stay in isolation for 7 days. And then you can go out. I think the general statistics is that about 30% are still infecting after 5 days, 6% after 7 days, and 1% after 10 days. So, but that's it. Generally, I believe we are now over the peak of the Omicron, and now it starts to go down slowly. Generally, everything is open. You can go out. There is what is called the Green Pass, which is now also, the limitations are reduced, but those who are vaccinated 2 or 3 times, in that case 2 times, and if you're over 6 months from the second, another time, or if you recovered in the last 6 months, then you can go practically everywhere. So in any case, I would recommend to get vaccinated.
What about the campus? I missed the part where one of your hosts were showing the campuses for Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, or Eilat. I don't remember which city. The physics thing, is it located in Jerusalem or it's located outside of Jerusalem?
No, the Faculty of Science is located in Givat Ram campus in Jerusalem. The headquarters of the university is located in Mount Scopus in Jerusalem. So that's about, by car, when there's no much traffic, it's like 15 to 20 minutes drive to the other one, or by bus. Right now, they're arranging a light train. Within 2-3 years, it will be ready, I hope, between the campuses. So these two main campuses are in Jerusalem. And the other campuses that I mentioned, the Faculty of Agriculture is in Rehovot. That's about 40 minutes drive from Jerusalem. And in the south, in Eilat, like 3-4 hours, it's a joint campus for a marine investigation. So that's another one. And we have another campus for veterinary. That's the only one in Israel. It's also near Rehovot. So what we are talking about, Faculty of Science, is in Jerusalem. Quite easy to get there. You have the main station, and in, I don't know, 10 minutes or so by bus, you can get to the campus, or by walking.
What about the weekends? I know that the campus shutdowns on Friday, and Sunday is a work day. I don't quite understand this. I mean, I don't quite know that.
Well, according to the Jewish tradition, the week is starting on Sunday. We call it the first day, Rishon, first day, second day, third day. So we have 7 days starting from Sunday. And so the studies, the official studies are a Sunday to Thursday, 5 days. And then in the weekend, it's kind of the workers of the universities, all the administrative staff are not working, but the university is open. I mean, you can go by yourself to the laboratory. All the official, the restaurants, the libraries, all that stuff would be normally closed, but the laboratories are open. So if you have your research, then you can find students in the laboratory anytime, in the night, in the weekend, and so on, depending. Generally, the students in Israel are a little bit older than in the rest of the world, because we go at 18, we go to the army, and that would be like 3-4 years, 2-3-4 years, something like that, and then sometimes more. And then you want to travel around the world and get relaxed, and then you come to the university for your studies. So the students here are a little bit older. Sometimes they already have kids when they're in PhD and so on. So yeah, that's how it works. I think we're about to leave the rooms very soon. So if there is any urgent final questions. If not, then thank you very, very much for joining us. And Lital there is also an I. And Jonathan, we are all available for additional questions that you may have later on. And a lot of information is on the website. Thank you very much for joining us.